Could you imagine winning 4 Olympic gold medals? Well, the famous Jesse Owens did. Jesse Owens accomplished a lot and made a name for himself and made sure that he was able to share his journey with many people. I have personally spent a lot of time researching Jesse Owens and learning multiple details about his life. You are going to hear about how Jesse Owens proved the Nazis wrong, that African Americans should have the same rights as everyone else, and how you can do whatever you put your mind to. Jesse Owens changed the U.S. in many ways. He made people believe that they could do whatever they put their minds to, that African Americans should be equal to everyone else, and that the Aryan race was not the superior race. From a true American hero, Jesse Owens, that is from the Black History 365, written by the editorial team on June 15, 2018, James Cleveland Owens came from a very large family. He had 3 sisters and 6 brothers, and coming from a large family can be very difficult for someone. They always cared for each other, but it was hard for Jesse to feel like he had a place. So he decided to get busy working. He took many jobs such as delivering groceries, packing freight cars, and repairing shoes. When Owens wasn't working, he found a passion in running, and he never made a name for himself until high school, though. He became a student at East Technical High School in Cleveland. Jesse matched the world record 100-yard dash at 9.4 seconds. He also reached a long jump distance at 24 feet and 9.5 inches in the 1933 National High School Championship in Chicago. After high school, Jesse committed to Ohio State University, where he got the nickname Buckeye Bullet. In college, he won 8 NCAA championships. Even though all through this success, Jesse had to suffer through a lot of prejudice and racism, though because during this time segregation was a thing. Jesse had to live off campus with other African American athletes, and as well he went to track meets. Owens had to stay at a separate hotel with other African Americans. His most well-known accomplishment came on May 25th, 1935, at the Big Bend track meet at Ferry Field in Ann Arbor, Michigan. During this track meet, Jesse Owens set 3 world records and tied for another one. From the magazine Black Pass, in the article Jesse Owens 1913 through 1980, written on February 10, 2007 by Harper G. Ruffin II, we know that Jesse Owens was not just an amazing track athlete, but he had was not just an amazing track athlete that many people could look up to. He was also an activist. Jesse used his platform to fight for African American rights. At no point, though, did Jesse Owens go into the Olympics to be a political figure. He actually even had some controversial backlash after being appointed to the U.S. Olympic Committee. Owens was criticized by Tommy Smith and John Carlos for not agreeing with the Black Power salute. After his controversy with those other track stars and the backlash he had to endure, Owens wrote an autobiography called I Have Changed, published in 1972, where he discussed everything he went through with Hitler and his own personal Hitlers as well. After Owens was done with his time working as a commercial actor, he spent his time trying to gain more rights and respect for the African American community. After Jesse retired, he retired in Phoenix, Arizona during the 1960s. He did not stop trying to help everyone he possibly could in need. Owens spent his time after retirement being a champion for the underprivileged children, building youth centers for the kids in his area, and he even decided to make a change in his community by building a medical center that was affordable for the working class, Mexican Americans, and of course, African Americans. Jesse also played a bigger role in being an activist than he even realized that he was doing. We can see from the article, Jesse Owens, a chilly reception in Nazi Germany, the then Olympic glory, in New York Times newspaper, written August 8, 2016, Owens once said, I wanted no part of politics, and I wasn't in Berlin to compete against any one athlete. The purpose of the Olympics, anyways, was to do your best. Jesse became an activist by beating Nazi Germany's best track star, Karl Ludwig's Lose Long. During World War II, Nazi Germany had everyone worried that the Axis powers was going to take over, with Germany telling everyone that the Aryan race was a superior race in every single way possible. Sorry, excuse me. It was a huge defeat on Germany's side to be beaten by an African American at the Olympics. Due to Owens' victory, it proved not only to Americans, but several other countries that Hitler had been telling everyone was a lie, and that they had nothing to worry about being inferior. Even though Jesse Owens had changed the mind of many people and made a huge step for American and African Americans when he returned home, Due to his race, he was not given the recognition he deserved for being an icon and a hero. Owens actually shortly became forgotten by most, even though he had become a hero and was a legend that will continue to take back for decades. Due to the fact that Owens had no recognition or even compensation for his accomplishments, he had to have a mundane job just to support his family. Eventually, Owens became a motivational speaker and a public relations representative, where he continued to try and change the world. Even though Owens did not get the recognition he deserved back then, I am glad that I could give a speech about how he changed America today. You have now heard about Jesse Owens, how Jesse Owens proved the Nazis wrong, how the African Americans should have the same rights as everyone else, and that you can do whatever you put your mind to if you work hard enough. Jesse Owens changed the U.S. in many ways. He made people believe that they could do what they wanted to as long as they worked hard enough, that African Americans should have the same rights as everyone else, and that the Aryan race was nowhere near superior as the other races. Now that you have learned everything about Jesse Owens has been through and his accomplishments, do you think if you worked as hard as he could, you could win 4 Olympic gold medals?